We should be live. Would help if I turn my mic on. Can everyone hear me? Sounds like it. Alright, it's good to know. And the chat is up, that's good. Alright, so I think we're just gonna get right into it. So we got something very special for today. The original Splatoon. Yep. You got a Sega Genesis today? That's awesome. How much was it? I know you were talking about getting a Sega Genesis before. 80 bucks? That's not a bad deal. Considering how old it is, it's probably not that easy to find. Alright. So if you're at all in the loop about Splatoon 1, you probably already know how this works. But I guess I'll give a brief rundown. The online servers for the Wii U are shut down. You cannot play games online anymore. But through Pretendo, which is a custom-made service that re-enables online play for Wii U games, and I think also 3DS games, you can play Splatoon with online play. So I think I will just get right into that. So last time I was playing with a charger. I have played a little bit of this just to make sure that it works. So that's why I'm at level 7. I do have a nice, a decent amount of cash. Yep, now look at that. There's already 7 people in the lobby. Let's hope we can find one within the next 160 seconds. Because while it is very exciting, and I genuinely do mean this, it's very exciting to be able to play the original Splatoon 1. It's not... Okay, it was never the most reliable to begin with, but knowing that there aren't nearly as many people on the game at this point, excuse me, it can be kind of hard to get into matches. My goal for this stream, I want to get to level 10. I do want to play, I do want to play some of ranked mode, and if push comes to shove, I will play some of story mode in the off chance that online doesn't work. Hi, 20. I'm doing pretty well today. How about you? How you doing? I'm glad to have you here. Wii U. The last person's name is Wii U. Yes, that is indeed how you play Splatoon 1. Are you playing against real people? Yes. This is actually online. And so far we got one person who's not moving. That's good to know. Oh, someone on our base already. And they got Bubbler. So I will be upfront. I have played Splatoon 1 for about 60 something hours in total. Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3 I have played for 700 and 1600 hours respectively. I'm way more familiar with those games, mostly because of Salmon Run. But I did start with Splatoon 1. Oh, this you can paint those walls. I never knew that. I'm no good over here. I gotta switch to the other side. Baby numbers. Yeah, I know, right? Alright, got him. Let's see if we can get into their base. Yeah. It's you say that, but like compared to a lot of my friends, like they've gone well into the thousands, not just in Splatoon 2, but also in Splatoon 3. Which one is my favorite? Splatoon 3, easily. I think while the games are very similar, they are a little bit interchangeable. I do think that all the quality of life features that go into Splatoon 3 do make it the best one. And I will play Splatoon 2 on this channel at some point. Like I won't play Splatoon 1 and 2 for a whole bunch of streams. This we're about to get turf ward. Surprised that the Switch got 2 entries. Yeah, I get that from a lot of people. Splatoon kind of feels like it's in the same boat as franchises or series like Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros., where it makes sense to put out 1 entry on a console, and given the fact that you can update games now, give them some, post-launch content updates, whether that's paid DLC or... Oh, that was fast. Isn't... I swear, the rotations... Yeah, Switch Online has Sega Genesis games. Um, I don't know how many Genesis games it has, but it does have Genesis games. I know it has Sonic 2, but not Sonic 1, or Sonic 3, for some reason. Anyway, what was I saying? Splatoon. Sonic 2 will always be the best one. That's fair. Sonic 2 is a really good game. You can't even check the times the maps change rotation. I swear it changed at 11 last time, but I know for a fact when Splatoon 1 came out, and I'm pretty sure throughout its entire lifespan, the rotations changed every 4 hours, not 2 hours. That's something they changed for Splatoon 2 and 3. Yeah. It 3 I can kind of understand because for some reason, I think it's because of copyright issues with the music, Sega's very hesitant to release Sonic 3. And I guess that kind of applies to Sonic 1 for some reason, but it does feel weird not having Sonic 1 on a Genesis collection. I wouldn't be surprised if they change that at some point. Like Nintendo has worked with other companies to get kind of hard to redistribute games. Origins of Sonic 3, yeah, that is fair. I guess it's just a matter of like how many times the Sega wants to do it, because yeah, so they can put it in there. Yeah, that is fair. I have a near equal affection for Sonic 2 and 3, and they're both great. Yeah, they're both fantastic games. Absolutely. I tend to lean a little bit more towards 3, if only because I think the final boss is a little more fun and a little more fair. I think we were talking about this before, Tripper, where you didn't find the final boss in Sonic 2 to be that hard, but I couldn't disagree more. I always struggled with the final boss, both final bosses in Sonic 2. I love Chemical Plant. That's a really good track. There's a reason why they bring it back so often is because that music is fantastic and the level is really good too. See, I don't get that. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't practiced it enough, but oh, I feel like the final boss in Splatoon 2, Sonic 2 is way harder than Splatoon. I have Splatoon on the brain right now apparently. I wonder why. Okay. He goes in the same two places. I mean, you're not wrong. I guess maybe I just haven't practiced it enough. Back up. I don't know how that killed. I did used to own Sonic Gems Collection and also Sonic Meg Collection on the GameCube. That was that was how I was first exposed to classic Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh. And they are great collections. Like I really liked Sonic R for what it was. Yeah, Tripper, I'm curious. How old were you when you first beat Sonic the Hedgehog 2? Because I didn't do it until I was like way past adulthood. I was like 22, 23 at the time. I think I'm at the second one you said, but the PS2 version has more content. Yeah, I think I think the PS2 versions of Sonic Gems Collection has the Game Gear games, as well as the Game Gear games are always there. It has more Game Gear games, and I think also a couple of extra Genesis games that aren't Sonic related. You were 12, okay? Because I only ask because I feel like there are games that I played as a kid that, because I had a lot more free time to just practice them over and over again, I don't find them as hard as some people who kind of struggle with them nowadays. I think Pikmin 2 was actually a good example for me, because a lot of people say like that Pikmin game is like the hardest out of all of them, and I would agree, but at the same time I don't tend to struggle with it. Though then again, that might just be because I let Pikmin die. If you're trying to do a no death run in Pikmin 2, that is quite the endeavor. I will give you that. But like I just think that when you're a kid, you have so much free time. You can just kind of practice games a lot. I'm trying to think of some other games that I might have done that with. I would say Mario Sunshine, but I kind of didn't get to play that one as much as a kid because my disc did not work. Hi, Mocha. How you doing today? Nice to have you here on the stream. Given how Team Past won, I hope they give us the old beginner gear back. It's nice and classic. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Like, Splatoon 4 is like the big question right now in the Splatoon community. The GameCube GB era was the best time to be a Sonic fan. Yeah, yeah, that's how I feel. Not so much for a lot of the classic collections because I didn't really get into Mega Collection that much, but SA1, SA2, Heroes, and Shadow are some of my most played Sonic games because of that. And nowadays, I don't have anything against the boost formula that's in um, Unleashed, Colors, and Generations, and also Shadow Generations. But initially, I really could not get a handle on it. I really did not enjoy playing those games. It was only until after watching other people talk about those games and saying like, "Hey, these games are really good. Like, this is why I like them so much." I was like, "Okay, I'll give them another shot, see if I enjoy them." And I really liked Colors and Generations. I thought they were really good games. My friend had a Genesis. We spent all day trying to beat Sonic 2. He went downstairs or something, and as he was gone, I beat it. I was so shocked and happy. He missed it. I love Shadow the Hedgehog too. Honestly, something I really want to play at some point. I want to go back and play through that game. I'm in a bad spot. I wonder if they'll give us the option to have the next game's picture look like Splatoon 1's. Also, nice Splatoon 1 stream. Thank you. I'm gonna die to this Kraken. Let's just throw an Ink Strike in there. Yeah, I think it's weird because I think Splatoon 3 kind of tried to call back to Splatoon 1 in a few ways, namely with returning specials. But given the fact that Team Past won, I have to wonder if Splatoon 4 might try and tie in even closer to Splatoon 1 in some capacity. Anything outside of just doing like a remaster of Splatoon 1. Although this game is 10 years old. They could just remake it, which would be weird. But I wouldn't be shocked. I've seen Sonic 2 as a superior game. Yeah, I feel that. It's part of my affinity towards Sonic Adventure 2, is that it's the one I first beat, so therefore it's the one that I have a lot of attachment to. They also don't tell you what enemies, what your opponents have. They only show it to you at the... Do you think Nintendo will give ARMS a second? I keep arguing this with my friends all the time. It's like, they could do ARMS too, you guys. And they're like, no. I don't think Arms is dead. I think Arms does have a chance to come back. Hi, Black Sonata. How you doing tonight? Is it just me or does Slosher have more range and width than Splatoon 1? I think every weapon in Splatoon 1 has more range. I don't know if it's because of the way the camera is set up, or if they actually went and changed all these values for Splatoon 2 and 3, but it feels like everything in this game has, like, so much more range. Oh. It's going pretty well. I'm glad to have you here, Black Sonata. Yep, that's Turf War. That is a Turf War moment right there. Get used to this, because we're gonna... I want to get to level 10, but I think we're gonna be here a while. And not just because the fact that I'm not good at the game. It's been a while since I've joined a stream, just in general, joined any stream, or trying not to get spoilers of Celeste from your streams. Oh yeah, I get that. I'm gonna do one more Celeste stream at some point. I really think Nintendo shot themselves in the foot when they announced the game and emphasized the motion controls. In ARMS, yeah, I get that. Um, it's funny because I do remember that specific era of Nintendo. Well, not like era per se, but when the Nintendo Switch presentation came out, I saw a lot of people talking about 1-2 Switch and ARMS and thinking to themselves, why'd they have to bring back motion controls? But I was genuinely worried watching the first Switch trailer that motion controls wouldn't even be included in the Joy-Cons because they put no emphasis on it in that initial trailer. And Splatoon without motion controls, to me, just sounds like a nightmare. I know some people do it. I don't know how they do it. I can't fathom the idea of, excuse me, playing the game like that. Yeah, ink color combos is like it's one of those like duh things that they should just do. Like, I don't understand why we can't just choose in color combos, even if it's like a set list of like, okay, you pick this color, the other enemy team they get this color automatically. Like, even if it's that basic, I don't understand why color lock is designed the way that it is. It doesn't make any sense to me. But it's kind of like how you can skip the news in Splatoon 3, even though they could have patched that in Splatoon 1 and 2. It's just it's probably one of those things that will be saved for the next game. A nice little quality of life feature. Of course, I am of the opinion, and I've said this a couple times before when playing Splatoon 3 with my friends. Um, I do hope that after 3 games that are largely similar, we do get some kind of shakeup. Like, I understand that the Splatoon formula is very tightly designed. They can't just change it willy nilly. And it would take a lot of work to try and come up with something that both appeals to older fans as well as garners a new crowd for, what this game does differently. But I have played Splatoon for well over 2,000 hours at this point. So for me, I'm ready to kind of move on. And I feel this way about Splatoon 3 too, where I do want to play it for the streams at some point, but I'm not like clamoring to like get S plus again or grind X battles or things like that. I'm kind of ready to move on myself. Now, if Splatoon 4 is just a derivative sequel, that's fine. Like, I'll still play it, and I'll probably have a ton of fun with it, especially trying out all the new content. I was arguing with someone in the comment section. I said he sounded like he was 9. He said, "No, look at my name. It says 1912. I'm not 9." Yeah, okay, sure, 1912. As if you're gonna be 103 years old. what the big gotcha gimmick that Splatoon 3 has over 2, if you understand my question. Um, I'm not really sure. Like, Splatoon 3, if I had to argue the need to bring the Ultra Signal into regular Turf War and make it fit into the lore of the past, they'll just say they were testing it out before bringing it to Splatfest. That'd be interesting. Hi, Icy. How you doing tonight, Icy? But going back to your question, if I had to say like what Splatoon 3 has over Splatoon 2, I do genuinely think that the Squid Roll and Squid Surge abilities do a lot for mobility. Like, I can't help but impulsively try to do those mechanics in Splatoon 1 and 2. It just feels so natural to be able to, like, quickly snap what direction that you're moving in. Alright, let's try and get some guys. Other than that, though, I can't say for certain, like, what Splatoon 3 really has over Splatoon 2. Like, it has some better mechanics, like throwing eggs in Salmon Run. I'd say the single player is better. But it's a lot of, like, really small quality of life changes that I think really makes Splatoon 3 a better game. Not like big, like huge characteristics. It's not like that different of a game. I always loved the Wii U. I don't understand why it didn't sell well. Yeah, Nintendo did not do a good job advertising it. Um, there is, I I don't generally like recommending videos per se because it feels like, why don't you just make your own opinions? But there's a really good video by Nerrel, Nerrel, about the Wii U. It's a double review of both the Wii U and Star Fox Zero, and I think it's like one of the best videos about the Wii U. It's very comprehensive in a short amount of time. It's only like 27 minutes. But generally, I'd say the real problem is Nintendo's marketing of the console. Like, people were confused by the idea that this gamepad controller, they thought it was a peripheral for the Wii U. Yeah, a lot of people didn't understand that it was a new system. You know, and Nintendo's... The casual audience for the Wii kind of moved away. They were more interested in playing, like, smartphone games. Playing on tablets, things like that. Oh, come on. Me being a Nintendo nerd, I bought it either way. Yeah, I feel the same way. I didn't buy my Wii U as a Christmas gift, but if I did have disposable income at the time, I would have bought the Wii U because it had Pikmin 3 on it, and I love Pikmin 3. But yeah, like, the marketing was bad. People didn't understand the fact that it was a new console. Third-party support pretty much died after a year in. And all the third-party ports that would have appealed to the more hardcore gamers who already bought an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3, they ran worse on the Wii U. I'm not sure if it was the GPU or the CPU that was more of the issue, but the Wii U is... The Wii U's hardware is just really complicated. It's not easy to develop for. And it's way more comparable to the 360 than, say, the PS4 and Xbox One, which released just a year after the Wii U. I really wanted one back in the day, but I never got one. Yeah, I think a lot of people nowadays have a similar sentiment. Like, I will be the first to say I did not like Wii U era Nintendo, generally speaking. Not so much for their business practices, but I just think that in terms of the pacing of game releases, it wasn't that great, and I feel part of that is because of the fact that there was barely any third-party support. I don't blame Nintendo for not being able to keep the pace up with their releases, because that's just how video game development works. It takes a while. But if you have no third-party support, you're basically the only company making games that can sustain the platform and keep your install base invested in your platform. I feel like the Switch took everything good about the Wii U and made it better. Yeah, that's a point that I've argued, and going back to Nero's video, even he argues that like it has a lot of the same controller gimmicks. It's essentially taking the Wii U concept but expanding on it by making it a true portable console. I'm glad they moved away from the Blue Ocean approach. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely in that position now where the Switch 2, they know what works, so they're going to just stick with that same market. I do think the Switch does. It was kind of a risky play, but obviously that worked out for them in the end, so it's kind of hard to say. And Nintendo is definitely much safer right now than they used to be. Not to say that I think the games are bad or anything. Like I think I think the games are still really good, and that's where a lot of the creativity comes from with Nintendo. It has almost every Wii U game too. Yeah. Um, Off the top of my head, if it's pretty much just games that got sequels on the Switch. That's the reason why they didn't come over to the platform to begin with. Like, we got Yoshi's Woolly World on Wii U, then we got Yoshi's Crafted World on Switch, Splatoon 1 and 2, Super Mario Maker, Super Mario Maker 2. Ow. 2025 Nintendo is leagues ahead of 2017 Nintendo. Yeah, I do ultimately feel that way. Granted, 2017 was a really good year for Nintendo. I still look back on it very fondly. But obviously they're in a much safer place. Okay, the burst bombs don't go through the grates. I don't remember if that was a thing. I don't think that was ever a thing, actually. I don't know why I'm doing that. Mahal Goofball, hi there. How you doing today? This looks interesting. I'll watch it for a bit. Thank you. This is Splatoon 1. Does the Virtual Boy count as a console or handheld? I think Nintendo markets it as a handheld. It isn't. It's not. It's not either a console or a handheld. It's an ungodly abomination. Yeah, on a financial level. Yeah. Like, Nintendo, I still think they're the richest company in Japan. I'm doing good. You love Splatoon? That's good to hear. I also love Splatoon. I guess I'll have a migraine in the car. Yeah, at the same time though, I really want to try a Virtual Boy. I think there is something about being a Nintendo fan where even though the Virtual Boy was like an objectively bad console, you still kind of like it because of how bizarre it is. All right, let's not get turf ward here. Just goes to show there's still a market for old stuff. Splatoon 1 still looks good. Yeah, yeah, I'd say this game is still like a lot of fun. And there is still merit to playing this game over playing, say, the later two Splatoon games. Namely, I think the controls in this game feel really solid. The motion controls especially. They just feel so fluid. You want to talk about a massive failure for Nintendo? Yeah. Like, people say the Wii U was bad, but the Virtual Boy... Oh god, the Virtual Boy. I have to wonder, like, what the conversation's going to be regarding the Wii U, like, a couple generations from now. Because Nintendo likes to mock the Virtual Boy quite a bit. I know that there's that scene in Tomodachi Life. I remembered there was a video on Game Theory where Matt Pat got to actually talk to Reggie Fils-Aimé about a new console. Do you agree that Splatoon music is awesome? 100%. Absolutely. This entire series, every single game has phenomenal music. Just don't ask me to pick a favorite because I cannot do that. It's way too hard. You own a Virtual Boy? Oh my god. Isn't it awesome? Isn't it cool? Once you deal with the battery pack issue, it's not too bad. Yeah, I wanna try one. I really do. It's just like they go for such extravagant prices on eBay and things like that that I can't honestly justify the idea of purchasing one. But it would be fun. Only game that like I would try Mario Tennis, and I guess they oh yeah, right, Luigi's Mansion 3. I forgot about that one. Yeah, they make a joke how once EGAD gets the marketing down pat, it's gonna fly right off the shelves. It's like Nintendo's very cheeky when it comes to the Virtual Boy. I love watching small live streams, like you have a little friend for a little bit. Yeah, I feel that way too. I feel like smaller streamers, it's not, it doesn't apply to everyone per se because some people are completely silent, but I feel like if you can get a good conversation going, small streams can actually be a lot of fun compared to bigger streamers. Of course, I don't watch too many live streams myself, and I tend to lean more towards the game rather than the streamer. Graphics on our fault, the color scheme is man, had some decent games and some stinkers. I want to try Virtual Boy Wario Land because I hear from a lot of people that game's actually really good. But like from what I've seen, like the actual pixel art on the Virtual Boy is actually pretty good. Like they have some pretty detailed sprites there. It's just obviously it's red and black, so you can't really see. But for a moment there, I thought you were talking about Splatoon, as in the Wii U game, and I'm like, yeah. Like the one thing I would give um, Splatoon 2 and 3 over Splatoon 1, like aside from the quality of life features, because those are important, is the fact that I think the lighting engine in Splatoon 1 is just non-existent. It's just not a very bright game. I like small streamers. My messages get seen more and not just eaten by some some Linux. Yeah, I feel that way too. It's nice to be able to like take part in a conversation with someone. The games are up on emulation, I believe. Yeah, I know. I have. I think I've tried setting up a Virtual Boy emulator once. It did not work out. I'm still waiting for a Wario Land revival, honestly. Um, I've not played Wario Land. I have played Pizza Tower, which is in a lot of ways, a spiritual successor to Wario Land. Have you ever played Pizza Tower 20? Are you an OG player of Splatoon? I guess I did start with Splatoon 1. I'm not a competitive player. I will say that. Even though I put a lot of time into this franchise, I'm very much a casual player, and we're about to disconnect from the lobby. But I did start with Splatoon 1. No, but I know what you're talking about. All right.
Brought Arby's home if you're hungry.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna go grab some food real quick. I'll put the banner up. Be back in a moment. All right, I'm back. All right. What do you guys think the most underrated Zelda game is? Oh, that's I don't know if that's for me per se because it says while we wait. Yeah, I just got back. Um, I honestly think Zelda 2. I think that game gets a lot of flack. Majora's Mask. I mean, I Majora's Mask is my favorite, but it's kind of hard to say how I feel about. I don't know how I feel about calling it an underrated Zelda game. If only because I feel like it definitely does have its following nowadays. Whereas I don't think you're going to be kind of hard pressed to find somebody who really likes Zelda 2. I only know about the popular games. Yeah, I mean, I've not played Spirit Tracks. I did play Phantom Hourglass for like a couple hours. Failed to connect to partner's device. Oh god. Let's give it another go. Four Swords Adventure? I've not played that one either. It is something I would love to give a shot at some point. I'm not sure if Zelda has an other M of its own per se. I mean, some people don't like Skyward Sword. I feel like that's probably the closest you're gonna get. Not just because they're both Wii games, but also because I think there were some people who were kind of disappointed in the way the franchise was going at that point. But I don't even think Skyward Sword was as controversial as Other M was. So it's kind of hard to say. It's an interesting question. I feel like everyone's going to have a different answer to that one. Yeah. What about the most overrated Zelda game? I will say I personally don't like calling games overrated because I feel like if a game does have a lot of fans but it's not necessarily for me, Twilight Princess, okay, that's I get it. It's just not really my thing to call games overrated. But if I had to say like what game I think probably has like the highest reputation that I'm not a big fan of, probably Ocarina of Time for me. We're still waiting on Prime 4. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna give this one more go. I love. Oh, we're gonna have a feud now. We're gonna have a feud in the YouTube chat. The Splatoon loading screen sucks compared to Splatoon 3 having a waiting lobby. Yeah, I totally agree 100%. Being able to practice is just an objectively great feature. And at least in Splatoon 1 you have Squid Jump to play. It's a very basic minigame, but it's novel. Yeah, we respect that opinion. I'm gonna take a quick bite of my food. Alright, I'm back. Nom indeed. I love Kirby. Um, I've only played Kirby in the Forgotten Land. That's the only Kirby game I've ever gotten really invested into. Actually, no, that's kind of a lie. I did play a lot of Mass Attack on the DS. Me having the nom noms. Yeah, I got potato cakes. They're basically McDonald's hash browns, but slightly thicker, which means that they're really good. I was playing Smash Bros. Wii U when I paused the game profile created. Sounds weird. Oh, you're talking about your profile icon. It's a cool icon. Super Kirby Clash. That is definitely the right name. I know there's a game called that. I just don't remember where that is. Unfortunately, I think we're not going to get into a regular battle. So I think what I will do for a little bit is I'm going to play some Octo Valley. A little Kerbo. Now, I did already play some of this, unfortunately. I should have saved this for the stream. Did I already get the scroll for this level? I did. I think my only real exposure to Kirby other than Smash Bros. Is Epic Yarn through King DDD. Is among my favorite Nintendo characters. I did play Epic Yarn a way long ago with my brother. But I think I'm kind of in a similar boat where a lot of my exposure to Kirby is also through Smash Bros. Switch DS, so I remember where Kirby clashes. I don't remember if it was like a sequel on Switch. I know there was something. Like, there's a lot of Kirby spin-offs on the Switch. Yeah, but I'll play a couple levels in single player and then I'll try and go back to Turf War. I played it on Switch, don't remember the version though. I played that a few years ago. Yeah, I think Super Kirby Clash is a Switch game. Oh, there's the scroll. It was on DS though, yeah. I think it was probably just called Kirby Clash on the DS. Feels like Kirby really popped off as franchise starting on the 3DS. I hear a lot of good things about Planet Robobot. It is something I want to give a shot, unfortunately. I don't have easy access to the game. Because I don't know how much it goes for. It's probably not that expensive, but I don't really have the money for new games right now. But it is a franchise. Kirby as a franchise is something that I want to get into, because I really love Forgotten Land. It's just that I also know that starting with Forgotten Land is like my first serious Kirby game is kind of a weird choice because it's the only true 3D one. I don't think I've played Kirby's Adventure on the NES. If I have, it was for like 2 minutes. There's a lot of interesting Splatoon lore going on, but not my priority at the moment. It's just a minor distraction while I wait for multiplayer to improve a little bit. I really loved Forgotten Land, so I would personally recommend going back to it. Splatoon lore is the best. Yeah, you're not wrong. I think I will go after all the Sea Scrolls at some point. Because I have the Wii U set up. I might have played a few minutes of that game. Yeah, it was... I don't even remember. It was the Kirby's Adventure... I think that was the one that introduced the copy mechanic. I'm sorry, Tripper. And his color. It's just not really my thing per se. Like Kirby never really interested me that much growing up. Even though I did have a copy of uh Kirby Kirby Superstar on the DS. I can't remember what that version was called specifically. I really wanted to play Air Ride back in the day, but never got it. That's another Kirby game I want to give a shot at some point. Also, I missed the Sea Scroll. Original Splatoon was the time when there was racism against Octolings. Yeah. Race war! I love that specific animation. If anyone's ever seen that one. Oh. Now here's where I think they missed an opportunity in Splatoon 3. They brought back the Ink Strike in the form of Triple Ink Strike, but they did not bring back the Ink Strike levels for the single player. They could have totally done something with that. My Splatoon lore knowledge is incredibly limited. Have you... I don't know if you said this before, but like, have you played many of the Splatoon games, 20? The Great Turf War is what it's called. Yeah. Oh. I have not. Alright. I'm a nerd when it comes to Splatoon lore. Yeah, it is really good stuff. I especially like the revelations you get in Splatoon 3. I won't go into detail because that's a spoiler, but Splatoon 1 has single player. Yeah, it's a really good single player too. It's nothing like crazy, but I'd say for a single player campaign in a primarily multiplayer focused video game, it is like a really good campaign that helps teach you the mechanics of the game. If you want any greater Mario Universe trivia, I'm your guy. can't say I know a lot of like Mario Universe trivia specifically. Uh, did you know that the piano lady in Luigi's Mansion plays Mario music? It the plays the water theme from Mario 1 and the air theme from Mario 3. Oh, you can upgrade gear. I forgot about that. Get burst bombs. Oh yeah, it's actually a lot like it's where the best song comes from. Mario Incantation. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, the single player in Splatoon 1 is a lot like the single player in Splatoon 2. In fact, they're almost the same game except for the level design. You'll swamp us with Dark Souls lore. Oh god. I don't know anything about Dark Souls lore. Not a single thing at all. I've never even touched the games. You did know that? Alright. I was purposefully choosing something that I figured people would know. As that's the joke. She plays a couple notes. It's a couple notes. It goes like da na na da na 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 na, and then it just ends. I'm disappointed they made most of Splatoon 3 story mode based off Octo expansion. That is definitely a hot take. I'll give you that much. I really like the fact that Octo expansion was referenced. Oh wait, is this? Oh god. What's it feel like being wrong? Yeah, I don't. I want to go back and play Luigi's Mansion at some point too. That'd be a fun one. I'd like to actually marathon all the Luigi's Mansion games, maybe around Halloween. But there's also a lot of games I want to play around Halloween. Mad, mad tripper, sad tripper, tripping tripper. You alright, tripper? You good? I get they're doing something kind of new with Splatoon 3, but I really enjoyed the first part of the story mode. I can kind of understand that. Like, for me, I kind of didn't like the fact that Splatoon 1 and 2 had basically the same single-player campaign, just with different level designs. So I was totally welcome to the idea of Octo Expansion, but I can see where you're coming from. You want to... Yeah, let's play as EGAD. Even if it's just like a multiplayer thing, like, bring EGAD more into the story. Also, for how basic the bosses are in this game, I gotta say I really love all of them. Especially the final boss, but we'll get to that later. Have you played Splatoon Canadian Egg? I can't remember if you said that you did or not. Oh, because I also am not really that big a fan of PvP in a lot of games. Nope. Wasn't the first boss in 2 just a Tox box from Mario 64? Ow. I didn't think it would hurt that badly. I think the third boss in Splatoon 2 is 100% of the second one never touched the rest. Right, you did tell me that. Okay, I gotta be more careful about this. What is the story synopsis for this game? The Great Zapfish, which is a large eel, has been stolen by the Octarians, and it's your job to get it back. That's it. That's basically the entire story. The boss you're fighting is more disgusting than I remember. Yeah, this game oozes like that 90s, like late 80s, early 90s cartoon vibe. And they did definitely have a lot of gross out humor during then. He's basically shooting mucus at us. You have to leave the live stream. It's getting kind of late for me. Yeah, I get that. I actually used to stream a lot later, but let's see you around, Mahal Goofball. Thanks for joining the stream. A group of gangsters in the Dry Graffiti stole power itself, so as a random hooligan, we must get it back to power our toasters. Yeah, that's a pretty good synopsis. Bye, Goofball. Yeah, I think Octolings being Echo Fighters is like probably one of the safer bets for a new Smash Bros. Either that or like a reskin of some kind. Alright, you also have to actually play the single player in this game in order to get some of the weapons for multiplayer. They did have reskins for Splatoon 2, and also Splatoon 3's side order, but I guess there was the hero shot in Splatoon 3 as well, but they're all just reskins. Alright. Now let's see if we can get back into a multiplayer game. First, let's talk to Judd. 100 coins. I just wish the Callie and Marie summon thing was just let's shrink the screen and shrink and move the screen. They could have done something cool with that. Yeah, wasn't there kind of already a character that kind of made the screen zoom in? Or am I thinking of something else? I know there was like the devil from uh the devil character that made the screen move. But are the Octolings in this game? There's the Octarians, but no Octolings. I think maybe the Octolings that are enemies are in this game, but not Octolings you can play as. So, for all intents and purposes in this game, Octolings are entirely evil, and that is a fact. It's not offensive, it's a fact. I'm gonna eat my sandwich real quick. Alright, I'm back. Peach and Daisy technically shrink the screen when they use an ultimate. When it zooms in to do the pictures, the kill zone moves slightly. Slightly. I assume it probably doesn't like touch the actual stage. It is somewhere. No, I'm gonna mute my mic every time I take a bite. I don't want people to hear me eating. But what's a fact? I may have missed it. I'm not sure. Did we miss a fact? Is that an important fact? Uh, in Splatoon 3, they brought back Hammerhead Bridge, and it's objectively worse. That is a fact. That is 100% a fact. I wish more of the ultimates made use of source material like normal Link, just using a bow. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, for all the old fighters, like the N64 era fighters, they never had a lot of source material to work with, and they never went back and redesigned their movesets to be more modern. You said something about Octolings and not being offensive. Yeah, it's all the Octolings in this game are evil, even though in Splatoon 2 and 3 you can play as Octolings, and they're not evil, but in this game they're evil, and that's a fact, and there's nothing offensive about it because it's 100% true. Meanwhile, Mega Man had such a cute callback. Yeah, I do like the way that modern Smash represents their characters. Even if I'm not familiar with the source material, I just think, it's they do put a lot of effort into making the modern characters really cool. What's a very cringy game? That's a tough question. Aren't the Octos just hipsters that oppose the current order or something? I think Sonic 06. I mean, that's a bad game. I don't know. I don't know what classifies as cringy though. I guess the voice acting in 06 isn't that great. Like whenever I think of cringiness, I think like, oh, it's got to be like bad voice acting or something like that. But at that point, I would say like Superman 64. But I don't know, like some like video game that's made to just like make a bunch of modern references. Like I don't know. I'm not even gonna go into like the brain rot stuff. I've already done that multiple times. Sonic Unleashed. Come on, we don't disrespect Sonic Unleashed here. I like that game. Sonic's human girlfriend. Fair, fair. That is cringy. I will give you that. Any game that Aaron Hansen plays, it automatically downgrades. Damn, we got like a Microsoft Excel sheet to make that. We got to figure out all the games that are now downgraded because of Game Grumps. That's crazy. Like I know he's played a lot of Sonic games, and I get like Sonic games being a little cringe-inducing. I like the Game Grumps, but sometimes I wonder if Aaron's just putting on an act. I mean, he's trying to be entertaining, so I'm sure there's like some risks you gotta take by doing that. Some you gotta kind of act a little bit. I have not watched a lot of Game Grumps myself. I have seen like some highlights from them because like there's like Game Grumps highlight channels are a dime a dozen. They're everywhere. Ow. DK Oldies channel is getting crazy. They're making videos saying, "What do you think Sonic was 10 years ago?" And they show a Dreamcast. Sonic 10 years ago. That was 2015. That was Sonic Boom era. The Dreamcast hasn't been relevant since 2001. Alright, let's try and... Oh. Sonic... Say the line. Say the line, YouTube essay creator. Sonic had a rough transition into 3D. Yay! Oh. This is a bad spot. I hope nobody thinks Dreamcast was 10 years ago. Sonic had a rough transition into 2D, let alone 3D. I mean, I like the classic Sonic games. I also like the 3D Sonic games, so don't take my opinion too strongly. Where'd that guy go? Alright, we gotta start sniping some people. Oh, they're behind us, aren't they? I disagree with you, Mr. Egg. Best Sonic is Comic Sonic, fight me. I don't... Where, what time? I don't know. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. But I've not read any of the Sonic comics, so I don't have a strong opinion. (2D) Sonic is just 2D Mario minus the fun. Damn. Nah, they can be fun. Yeah, I think 2D Sonic definitely has its place. When are we fighting Mr. Egg? There's a brawl going on in my YouTube chat. This is crazy. And I'm the only one in my friend group that actually cares about Sonic, so... Can we all just agree that Crash Bandicoot is the GOAT? No! I will not stand for that. No, I'm kidding. I like Crash Bandicoot. Not my favorite platforming franchise, but I like Crash Bandicoot. I just wish they used the "yeah, gotta go fast" thing that they advertise more instead of, Marble Zone. Well, watch the Sonic movies because they love the "gotta go fast" line. Don't tell me you have a catchphrase. No, we cannot. 20. I'm not too well versed with Crash Bandicoot is the thing. I've only played the Insane trilogy and what's the one on the GameCube? Wrath of Cortex. That's technically Crash 4. So that's my only exposure to Crash Bandicoot. It's not like my thing. I grew up with like Nintendo, so I lean more towards Mario and Sonic to an extent. Spyro Run is a more fun Mario 64. I have also played the Reignited trilogy for Spyro, and I wouldn't personally agree, but I do like Spyro 1. I do like those games. I like platformers in general, just all kinds of different platformers. Which is funny because I only played Spyro Run recently. I can understand. I can understand thinking it's more fun than Mario 64, though. I sincerely thought for a moment that was my IP address. I was like, what? Oh god. Super Mario is my favorite franchise, but Crash and Sonic are both right up there. I feel a similar way. I definitely prefer Mario over Sonic nowadays. And like I said, the only Crash game I had growing up was Crash 4. The original Crash 4, not the new Crash 4. I'm more of a collectathon person, so do you like Banjo-Kazooie at all? Have you ever tried those games? Because whenever I think of collectathon, that's like the first thing that comes to my mind. But I can see that too. I honestly say my favorite collectathon, and this is probably gonna sound kind of weird, is SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Because that's kind of like Banjo-Kazooie. It's kind of like collectathon. Yeah, yeah, I get it. You're not making fun of us. You love Banjo-Kazooie? Yeah, I like it. I've only ever played it once, but I did enjoy my time with it. I played it on the Xbox 360. Ow. I'd never reveal your location, I still have it. Jesus. Bit dated, but that's hardly a fault. Do you grant that same leeway to Mario 64? Oh. Have you ever played Tui? I have not. That is something I want to give a shot at some point. My favorite Banjo game is Nuts and Bolts. Also haven't played that one. It's... I feel like that game kind of got a little tainted by, like, early 2010s era YouTubers saying, like, oh, well, you probably know who I'm talking about, but yeah. Come on. Yeah, I don't know why I was winning that fight. Whoa. You're a little shifty there, buddy. There's a difference between dated and bad. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Mario 64 has aged particularly well, but at the same time, it's fun. I still like going back to it. Speaking of Banjo-Kazooie, I bought a copy used, and the last owner had max playtime. I think you did say that before. I did terrible that game. I wasn't even paying attention. Um, yeah, but that's crazy to think. How do you even get to max playtime? Like, where does it even cap out? Is it 99 hours? Sorry about that. If Mario moved more responsibly, it'd be infinitely better. Some of the later levels and more fine platform are just rough. Yeah, I will give you that. Rainbow Ride and TikTok Clock are. Is it TikTok Clock? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Mario moves better than most fat Italians. He is. It's like he takes a split second longer to respond regardless of the action. Yeah, like I will concede that. Like in that regard, Mario 64 has not aged well. And I do feel like responsiveness is an issue in that game. It's something I'm used to, but I've also been playing the game for like 20 years at this point, I want to say. Not like 20 years. I'd say it's close to like 15 years. because I played it on the Wii. I played it on the Wii's Virtual Console. Don't well ask Danny and Egg about 64DS. Don't ask me about 64DS because I don't have a lot of nice things to say about 64DS. Sorry, my mic was muted. Can you backwards long jump in 64DS? I don't think you can. Granted, that's not one of the reasons why I personally don't like it, but I just don't think you can in that game. I mean, I could be wrong, because I have not played much of 64DS. Original will always be top then. Yeah, that's fair. That's a trade. Alright. Alright, let's... How do we approach this? Nope. Alright. Yeah, I'm not sure if the @ sign gives you a list of names. Buddy, come on. But I think I'll just call you Egg, because that'll be easier. Well, you don't have to @Egg, you just have to say Egg, because there's only one person here who's called Egg. But at the same time, there's only like 3 people in chat, so you probably don't have to worry about getting lost in the shuffle. Well, no, Egg can still see them. It's just that it doesn't highlight them. Yeah. The connection has been lost. Oh, my heart. I've never I've never seen that message before. Oh god. failed to... God. It's probably not that important to highlight the message. Alright, let's try one more time. If not, we'll do a little bit of single player, hopefully. Oh my god, how long is this tutorial? I know how to play Splatoon. The bright orange hurts my eyes. Me playing Splatoon. At least this game, because this game loves the orange-blue combo. When am I planning to stream next? That is a good question. Um, I might do another Splatoon 1 stream since I got the Wii U hooked up. Um, my thing is, I kind of want to play something on the Wii U. It's just, I can't think of any games that I want to play right now on the Wii U. Because I do have Zelda and Metroid games on here, but I kind of want to save those for a larger Zelda and Metroid marathons. I might go back to Celeste this week. Because I did most of Celeste. I only have, like, I think 3 more levels to do. But I got, like, a lot of... He's getting spicy. I might spice it up with Canadian egg here and there. Yeah. The casino levels in Sonic Heroes and the game in general make me sick. Yeah, Sonic Heroes is a very bright game. Excuse me. I'm terribly sorry about that. It's a very bright game. Get out of there. Alright, let me get my ink back real quick. I'm not ugly, but it's like a subconscious thing. Yeah, I get that. What about the casino zone in Sonic 2? I mean, that's... I feel like the art direction in that game is a little more consistent. That level's just too great. They had to pull in the Super Mario crowd somehow. Yeah. I can kind of see that. Alright, there's no one behind us, so we've officially won. It's just that it's gonna take a while. Spring Yard Zone's a good one. And I really love the music in Spring Yard Zone. I think that one probably doesn't get as much recognition as, say, like, Green Hill or Starlight Zone. But then again, I think all of Sonic 1's soundtrack is really good. Sonic 1. Spring Yard is Sonic 1. The paint and blood stuff in this game looks like melted Jolly Ranchers. It does, kinda. It is ink. Echo Man. I'm sorry, I can't help but find that to be funny. And that's what happens a lot in Splatoon 1 is that you kind of just lock your opponents inside their base. They kind of improved it in Splatoon 2 and 3, but not by much. I've never heard of the T Lopes version of Spring Red Zone. I gotta look into that. Like, I love Sonic Mania's soundtrack, but the only other thing I've ever listened to that I know he's done is the remix of Station Square, which is a really good remix. It kind of makes me pine for a Sonic Adventure remake, unfortunately, which is something that I mean they might tackle at some point. What do you guys think the best Genesis model is? I mean, it's objectively it's got to be the second one, right? Because I think like the Genesis 3, you can't plug it into the CD or the 32X. Obviously, the best one is the At Games console. The like the little tiny thing that does have a cartridge slot. You can play Genesis games on it. Why you would ever want to, I'm not sure. Sorry about that. I had to blow my nose. Wasn't feeling good. But I would not know what the best Genesis model would be. That's outside of my realm of expertise. I'm way more familiar with Nintendo. Ego. Yeah. Ego man. That should be something that Sonic Team does at some point. Or the Sonic Twitter. I feel like the first one is the best. I'm not really too familiar with the differences between the Genesis models. So I wouldn't be able to say for sure. What Genesis model did you pick up actually? Because you said you were the one who said that you picked up a Genesis recently. Dreamcast was the final nail. Yeah, Dreamcast was Sega's last traditional console. Hi, 20. Welcome back. Yeah, like the only other thing that Sega did outside of like after the Dreamcast was they did some Sega Genesis minis, but they never made like a new traditional home console. So they're a third party now. I do have a Dreamcast, and I have a copy of Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, and Sonic Shuffle. So I'm eating good. Dreamcast had so many cool things, but just flopped. I think the problem was the Sega Saturn. Just they handled that so poorly in North America that after that it was pretty much it's pretty much over for Sega at that point. They were just kind of running on fumes. First model. Sega just now keeps releasing the Game Junk collection of Sega games. Is Sonic Shuffle fun? No. No. Don't ever play Sonic Shuffle. Ever. Please, I am begging you. This is a PSA announcement. Do not ever play Sonic Shuffle. Unless unless you can make a game out of it, like not playing the game itself. It's not like Mario Party where you can just have fun playing the game. No, you need to like really go out of your way to make Sonic Shuffle an entertaining game. The Mario Party ripoff. That's what Sonic Shuffle is. It's made by Hudson Soft. It's made by the same developers as Mario Party. It's just it is nowhere near as good as Mario Party. Like not even close. Like even if you hate Mario Party, you will not have any fun with Sonic Shuffle. I don't know if that's I don't think that's a hot take. I genuinely, I've played Sonic Shuffle. It is just, it is a snooze fest of a game. Our first model had a volume knob. Oh yeah, it did. I'm trying to segue out of Sonic Shuffle. I'm like, I feel like I have to share my unpopular opinion that I love Crash Bash. I've not played that one. Um, I've only heard secondhand that it's not that great of a game, but it looks fine. I can see it. But Sonic Shuffle is a completely different story. So I can't I can't think of like a lot of party games. Like there were a lot on the Wii, like carnival games and things like that. But like aside from Mario Party, I never really got invested into them. So it's not really a genre I can speak about a lot, except for Sonic Shuffle. Don't play Sonic Shuffle. Every time there's a new Sonic game, wait a year, then it'll be $20 at Walmart. You're not wrong, unfortunately. Like I would never recommend people buy Sonic Frontiers at $60. Like I like Sonic Frontiers, but even I will admit it's not the kind of game I can easily recommend to people. And I've even had people say like you're doing a rousing endorsement from John Jr. there. Yeah, Mario's marketing is definitely better. Sonic of the Wild. Yeah, I mean, like I like I said, like I like Frontiers. I think it does have a lot more focus than people give it credit for. I think it is a well designed game overall. It just has a lot of problems with polish. Favorite Mario Party and why is it Super Mario Party on the Switch? That is that is a spicy sentence sandwich there. Um, my favorite is 4 on the GameCube. I feel like objectively 6 is probably the best one if I had to pick, but I have a lot of nostalgia for 4. I wish Frontiers was better. I do too. Bad game. Yeah, Super Mario Party is not that good. I'm a little softer on it than most people. Like I thought, okay, this is a nice step in the right direction. Like if they can just focus on what works in this game, they can make a truly great Mario Party like the old ones. But well, they did, and they did do that. They made Superstars and Jamboree. So you think your favorite might be 7? Seven's a pretty good one too. I like 6 a little more, but seven's also a good choice. You should do a Breath of the Wild stream. I want to. I genuinely do. I kind of feel compelled with Zelda to just marathon them in a row in like chronological order. No, well, not chronological. I think implies the story. I'm talking like order of releases. Mario Party 5. I like 5. It's okay, despite being wrong. Ow. Super isn't bad, but they needed to remove the needless motion controls. Yeah, that is one aspect about Super that I don't like. The other being the fact that there's only 4 boards, and they're all very small. If you do the first Zelda, I'll help you find secrets. Okay. Yeah, we can totally fit Zelda into, like, this week. Because I want to get started on that franchise as soon as possible. Fair warning, I will be playing with a guide on standby if I do play Zelda 1. What's your hot take, 20? Lay it on me. I liked Mario Party 9. I like Mario Party 9 for what it is. I do think it's an ultimately weaker game than most of the other Mario Parties, but it could be a fun time with friends. Yeah, it is the car one. I know that people started to bash 5 again after the runner guy spent the full game bashing and whining, which saddens me. I mean, I will admit I'm not really the biggest fan of 5 myself, so I kind of understand bashing it a little bit. I feel like I think the thing with me is that 5 kind of has a weaker minigame selection, in my opinion. Like, even not even just in my opinion, I think objectively, it has a lot of button mashers and a lot of luck-based games in it. Like, someone even pointed this out. I think there's more button mashers in 5 than there is in the first 3 Mario Parties combined. I only have one Mario Party game. I shouldn't be in this argument. Which one is it, Tripper? Which one do you have? I love. Yeah, Pushy Penguins is genuinely great. There's a. Ow. Guys, you missed one. Alright, but we won. Hopefully we'll get to level 10 this stream. Hopefully. It's one for the 3DS. Mario Party Star Rush, Mario Party Island Tour, and Mario Party the Top 100, so it could be any of those 3. There's a worse selection, yet the games might get used more retroactively in later games. Yeah, I mean, I think the good ones in Mario Party 5 do outweigh the bad ones. Like, I really love Leaf Leap. That's probably one of my favorites in the whole franchise, and also Pushy Penguins. Those are really good. It's just, I think the other thing about 5 that I don't really like is the fact that um you have to spend coins to use items on yourself, but you don't ever get the option to just buy an item. You don't have any agency when it comes to what you get. You just get it randomly, which I think kind of takes away a bit from how Mario Party plays. I like when you have options in Mario Party games, like not only just picking what path you go, but also what items you decide to purchase. Like that goes a long way into making Mario Party kind of like a strategy game, just with a lot of luck-based elements. Oh, you have Island Tour? Okay. I've not played any of the 3DS games, so I can't speak on those. The connection has been lost. My heart. And now the game's frozen. Okay. Let me see if I can talk to Judd real quick and get some coinage. I don't have friends, so I don't see a point for Mario Party. I feel you. Like Mario Party games have never really had that deep of single players, so I can kind of feel you. The random is nice though. Less strategic Mario Party normally melts into mushroom and Star Warp spam. Yeah, I can kind of see in that regard how Mario Party 5 could be appealing. When you can't just automatically warp to the star, you kind of have to rely on a capsule. Alright, please don't talk for like 2 years, Sheldon. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't have friends either except for people I've met on YouTube, but you can have fun against the CPUs. I think I can kind of understand that. Like I did play through all the single player in Mario Party 4, which I wouldn't personally recommend because the single players in Mario Party were always like, eh. Let me. What does Recon do again? I don't even remember. I played Superstars a bunch at 100%. It played once with my sister, who's only ever played Super, and she curb stomped me. I love it when stuff like that happens. Most of my actual friends just play online games now. I mean, yeah, that can kind of suck when that happens if you want to play like local multiplayer stuff. I must jump into the pool and say that I also have friends, so single player Mario Party is lonely. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of an unfortunate thing about Mario Party is that you really do need a lot of people to kind of take advantage of it. I know you can play with randoms. I think you can play with randoms in Superstars. It's just I would never recommend it because you can't really rely on people to just stay in the game for that long. I've not played Jamboree though, so I can't speak for that game. Sometimes you play online just to talk to them. I'm in the same boat. I have a lot of Discord friends, and I sometimes just join calls just to have people to talk to. Let's fish some people out. Yeah, that worked. Alright, let's see if I can sneak up on this Hydra. No, no, I cannot. I wish there was Mario Bros. Online or something. There used to be. It used to be Super Mario Bros. 35. Until Nintendo took it away from us. Yeah, Super Mario Bros. 35 was part of Super Mario's 35th anniversary. And unfortunately, Nintendo took down all the Super Mario Bros. 35 stuff, including Super Mario 3 All-Stars. You still have it? Well, relish it while you can. Super Mario Maker 2 does have online. It's not great from my experience. Come on. Why Nintendo? Yeah. Gotta say, I'm not a big fan of Jet Squelcher. Not in this game, at least. Oh, come on. You know what this weapon needs? It needs angle shooter. That's what it needs. Nope. I gotta rage quit. Yeah. It's a shame because Super Mario Bros. 35 was a really fun game. Like, genuinely, I had a ton of fun with that game. I'd still be playing it to this day if it wasn't for the fact that they had to just take away from it. I was playing Call of Duty Warzone, someone had their YouTube channel in their name, so I looked it up and told them to stop killing me. That's good. Nintendo botched the 30th anniversary in general. Yeah, unfortunately, it just the way that they treated it, it just wasn't that good. I don't care for games where a person leaving ends the game. Rage quits become too common. Oh man, you would just adore Splatoon 3. If somebody disconnects at the beginning of a Splatoon 3 game, it just says, "All right, call it off. We're done." He said, "My bad." Oh my god, it's cool they responded to you. But yeah, the 30th anniversary of Mario was just. I wish 30 All Stars was still around because if that game was still around, I'd be a lot softer on Nintendo for the way they treated it. But it's just a mess. At least we got 3D World out of it, I guess. In my comment, I made sure to include the angry face. Early Overwatch had that system. I did not know that. I never played Overwatch. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where Splatoon 3 got the idea. And granted, I see the benefit in Splatoon 3 because if you're doing a 4v3, it's pretty much guaranteed that the 4 is gonna win. It's really hard for the 3 to catch back up. Reminds me of playing Overwatch back in the day. Yeah. They said it was going to only exist for a few months, but it kept around for years. Oh, Cherry H3. Alright. I expect you to play at the highest performance, Cherry H3. You are one of the best weapons in the game. Hi, Hunter Warren. How you doing tonight, Hunter? It's Overwatch 2 now, technically. That's how you play Overwatch, and it's a free-to-play game. Alright. You're doing good? That's good to hear. Just... Yeah. It's basically the same game. Ow. I forgot Sloshing Machine was even in this game. Unfortunately, it's going to be very hard to compete with a Sloshing Machine in our base. Okay, never mind. I hate the Overwatch 2 changes, so it's not nearly as fun as it used to be. I'm not familiar with how Overwatch 2 changes things, other than they got rid of loot boxes, but now they're bringing them back in some capacity. Like that's the most that I know. I'm pretty sure it does have a season pass. I know this is on Wii U. This is on Wii U. But of course, there are plenty of Nintendo games you can play on PC. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I will never explain to you how to, but it's not hard. Trust me. Like updates that make the game playable. All right, let's not lose this yet. And this is not a good painter. Ow. Okay, come on. Come on, we can do this. Yeah, totally, totally legal. But no, this is running on a Wii U. My uncle who works for Nintendo is here with me. Oh no. Not the uncle who works for Nintendo. A moderate single-player game called Conan Exiles has a season pass. Seems redundant. Yeah, I don't get the idea of putting a season pass in a single-player game. Yeah, well, I mean, distributing ROMs is illegal. Like, there's no getting around that. Not that any individual will ever be caught doing it. It's just the people who actually distribute them. But like I said, this is not a ROM. This is on a Wii U. Please don't sue me, Nintendo. My uncle works for Nintendo. He'll get you banned. Oh no. I'm so scared of big bad Nintendo. Oh no. But I'll always encourage people because like this is like the kind of like the YouTuber thing to do, but I'll always encourage people buy your games and then do what you want with them. Like if you can support a game, support it. Like people did that with Metroid Dread where they would download the game and I can't like side with that. It's already well out of its warranty. This console is from 2012. Besides, I don't think Nintendo would ever repair a Wii U at this stage. It's legally great at the moment, but I don't really understand it. Yeah, it's really up in the air. Like the thing is, a lot of this stuff has never been tested properly in court, so it's kind of it is in a gray area. But to clarify your point, Canadian Egg, yes, this is modded. I did mod my console. Oh god. Miyamoto. Oh no, not me. Miyamoto, you gotta understand. I just wanted to play your game. I know you didn't technically make this game, but I only have respect for you, Mr. Miyamoto. Just release Mother 3 and I'll be happy, alright? He doesn't know English. Can he mail me his autograph? I think Miyamoto knows like a very slight amount of English because he has spoken some English in like some Nintendo presentations. But I know English is definitely not his first language. Why did I go ahead of my splash wall? Come on. Alright. There's someone up there. Unfortunately, I don't have any Genesis recommendations aside from the Sonic games. He probably knows full English but just can't speak many words. Yeah, I definitely see that. Like I said, I know that during the Nintendo 2015 presentation, he definitely spoke some English. but most of the time they get a translator. Ow. Thanks for the respect towards my gramps. Doctor. Yeah, yeah, Mean Bean. Mean Bean Machine. You gotta pick up that one. Okay, I think we... Is the SSSL method fixed finally? No, this is modded. I don't know. I don't know if SSSL is fixed. I can't say for certain, Evan. When it does get fixed, I would love to play with you guys. Sakurai has stated that he doesn't care for the language. I mean, I understand you don't want to like put the effort into learning a new language. How alive are the servers? I mean, so far, from my experience, it's been fine. Like, aside from like one or two instances where the game just like craps out, it's been going fine. Suck up to your uncle like hell. Once he passes, you'll be set for life. Yeah, if Miyamoto is your uncle, my Wii U is modded. I tap in if it wasn't late. Oh, that's unfortunate. I get where you're coming from though, Evan. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in just a moment. I can see all of the comments, Canadian Egg. You you guys know you can badmouth me while I'm playing the game. You don't gotta wait for me to disappear. I'll never tell my gramps I got a Sega today. Let's see. What do I want to play now? I guess we can try Heavy Splatling. This has the exact same kit as the Jet Squelcher. You can see them, yes, but the damage would be too late to fix. I mean, I'm not gonna... Like, unless you use, like, very foul language, I'm not gonna ban anyone for bad-mouthing me. I know I'm not that great at Splatoon. Like, you can make fun of me playing this game. Well, I mean, maybe not you, because, I don't know. Don't worry, John, I'll only ever think bad things about you. Thanks. Thanks, 20. I appreciate it. I play this game for launch, and every time I go back after S2 and S3, the S1 kits just feel kind of fake. Yeah, because they're actually good. John has, hey, that's mean. Don't make fun of my toes. Where'd all the players go? I guess they just have better things to do. Apparently, me and my stinky toes scared them off. But no, I think Splatoon 1 kits are kind of funky, honestly. Like, none of them really like come to my mind specifically, but it's kind of weird. Sorry, my gramps. Thanks, Miyamoto. I appreciate it. But yeah, Yon hasn't showed up to the stream yet either. Yon said they would. I wonder, did I get a Discord DM at some point? The connection's been lost. Great. It feels like they hit randomize on them. Did they change the rotation system for the mod? Is that a thing? Because it changes every 2 hours now. I'm pretty sure it was not like that in the original. Does this game have the weird curling stone bomb thing from 2? No, it actually has something different. It has the Seeker. It's kind of similar, but instead of bouncing off walls, it goes in a straight line and turns towards players. They changed it to 2 hours? Okay, well that's neat. I didn't realize they could even do that. Charles Martinet made me and Gramps a sandwich. Good for him. Isn't the air here delicious? Can you play multiplayer Splatoon against bots? No, unfortunately there are no bots in this game. Unfortunately. I wish there were. Like, that would give this game a lot of value even after the fact that multiplayer shut down. And then you wouldn't have to go about using some third-party service to still play multiplayer. But I didn't think they could actually just change the rotation system like that. I thought they'd be stuck to whatever the game was designed with. Also, Kelp Dome! Oh no, Gramps is allergic to peanuts. He made a peanut butter sandwich. Kelp Dome and Arch and Underpass, though. I love these stages. I want to play Salt Spray Rig, though. I really want to play Salt Spray Rig. Callie here is a TV show host. As we move on to, she becomes something. I think she's kind of useless. She becomes a fact guide for your play stats. She just tells you things about how well you're playing, which means she is definitely stalking you. Spying on all your matches. Watching you splat your opponents. We have to bring Gramps to the ER. No, not Miyamoto. Oh. Alright, that's a trade. That's good old Splatoon 1 mechanics. Not every Splatoon game. Then in 2, there's a new set of TV show hosts. One being a mouthy brat. He only needs to zip her top up. Oh. I like Pearl and Marina. Guess I'll be in charge of Mario now. I mean, someone has to. Pearl and whatever the other one is. Marina! It's Marina! How dare you? No, I'm just kidding. I like Marina. She's my favorite Splatoon character. Alright, let's see if this does anything. I need to lure them out of hiding. Never mind. I forgot you could swim up that wall. I've only ever seen the other TV show host on very respectful pictures. Yes, sirree. Poor Marina. Don't recall her talking as much into... I mean, she talks about as much as Pearl in the newscasts. I always thought they wanted to make Marina kind of more like a shy character, but... no autograph for me. Alright, I gotta focus. Alright. Let's see if that does anything. Ah. Oh no. That's gonna be game. That's a wipeout. I don't think splatting that one guy with mattered, unfortunately. No, I wouldn't have. Oh well. Good game. But yeah, I like I was saying, I feel like they wanted to make Marina a more shy character, but that never really came across in any of the games she was in. He's gone, both. Charles or Miyamoto. Ever see the series on YouTube where the dude hands old photos of people to be autographed and recording the reaction? He brought Charles a picture of his The Wizard role. I've never heard of that. Was was Charles in The Wizard? I did not know that. And I've never seen this series on YouTube. Poor Miyamoto. Always said a bad game is bad and a good game is good. I like Marina or whatever it is, but again, except that maybe I'm just a prude. It was his first TV role, I think. I never knew that. That'd be interesting. Let me just stretch for a little bit. We can no longer call the Nintendo Ninjas on you. I can get away with anything I want. Freedom. The internet's gonna be so much better now. Oh, look, it's Wii U again. It's probably only so many people playing right now. Especially since this is just Turf War. Just sick a horde of snippets on them. No, don't make me play Mario 2 again. Please don't make me play Mario 2. So this new guy just voiced all four plumbers? I think so. Kevin Afganti, I think is his name. And yeah, I do think he voices Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi. Um, I've not played Jamboree, so I don't know what his Waluigi sounds like. But I think that the voices that he's done for the other characters, I think works pretty well. Also, it's Kelp Dome! Oh my god, Kelp Dome! I've missed you so much. It would have been pricey, but they should have kept Chris Pratt. Oh god, could you imagine? I splatted Basil. Oh my god. Like I watched the Mario movie. I don't hate Chris Pratt's voice. It's just that like it's not something that I would ever want to see in the games personally. Like he would have to like really work on that Mario voice. It works for the movie in context. Like they make a joke at the beginning where it's like, do you think people are gonna like the over-the-top accent? And then they actually have Charles Martinet like voice a side character that says, "Yeah, everyone loves the voice." And I think to me that's really all you need to make Chris Pratt's voice work in the context of the Mario movie. The little I heard from Mario made me think of the early German days for the character. Yeah, if you, I totally see that because if you ever like watch the opening cutscene to WarioWare Move It, and then watch like any of the cutscenes from WarioWare Gold, and you can like Wario is definitely the character that Kevin kind of struggles the most in impersonating. You don't want Mario to recount his days of stomping Koopas. No, I like I said, I think Chris Pratt works for the context of the movie. It's just not something I ever want to see in the games. I should be the CEO of Nintendo. I'm in a bad spot. Ow. I still think the whole Charles Martinet voicing the dad of Mario as his last role was a sweet detail. Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna cameo in the next movie. Probably not. Like, I think at this point he's just gonna be like Nintendo's ambassador. At this point, redundant, much redundant. Can't forget the classic line of "No." Alright, can I even save this? The hotel mart. No. Nice of the princess to invite us over for a picnic, eh, Luigi? No. You know what they say? All toasters toast toast. I love Mario voices that aren't voiced by Charles Martinet. Like, they're classic. I love Charles Martinet, but there's something funny about both Hotel Mario and the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Also, I guess who is the guy who played Mario in the old Mario movie? I hope she made lots of spaghetti. I can't do Luigi in that game, unfortunately. I don't think I can do Luigi in pretty much any context. Not that I'm like I'm some like connoisseur of impressions, but I definitely cannot do Luigi in that game. And even then, like I think the only Luigi that I know from like the old classic cartoons is the Vine Sauce references or like the Vine Sauce dubs. Watch the stream where during the Pirate Homeworld in Metro Prime 3 they chroma keyed all the orange and just replaced it with the Hotel Mario intro. Why would they do that? What the AKA Planet Orange. I need to see this. Who is this person who is streaming? I need to see this at some point. That sounds awesome. That reminds me of something, but I can't remember what. Like, that's Mama Luigi to you, Mario. Mama, Mama Luigi. Because that game's way too bloody orange. Yeah. Oh man, I can't be doing these voices. That's gonna kill me. Hecker boy. kind of weird ass name is that? Yeah, Metroid Prime 3 is a very orange game, and Metroid Prime 2 is a very dark game. So the award goes to Metroid Prime 1 for having the most color. Yeah, what's the name of the streamer? Because I genuinely like to check them out. If they're the kind of person to do funny stuff like that, then I'd like to actually look into them. So yeah, totally share me the name. Also, let me know if this was on Twitch or on YouTube. I should probably change my weapon because I don't think I'm going to do well with the splatling. Vic Diponabis. It happens in the last hour. Okay. Ah, okay. The VOD is on YouTube while he streams on Twitch. Okay. I will look into that. Let me print the screen so I can save that message for later. I guess I could pin it, but I don't feel a need to. Big Dip on a bus. His name's an inside joke. Okay. I'm not sure. Well, it's an inside joke. That's literally what an inside joke is, but alright, let's snipe someone. Let's keep them in their base. Skippity. Oh god. Not the brain rot, not again. Oh god. What is this stream turning into? This is like the second time. This is like the second time we've evolved into brain rot memes. Oh dear. Buddy, come on. They can still win. Alright, never mind. Skippity asterisk. Why me? Why my stream? Why does this have to happen? Nah, I'm kidding. Gee, it's awfully dark in here. Maybe we can get a Koopa to loan us a flashlight if we persuade him. What is that a reference to? Is that also Hotel Mario, or is that something else? Like I'm only familiar with so much of like Hotel Mario, namely the opening and the old toasters, toast toast. Deltarune? Oh wait, that's not a Deltarune reference, is it? That was the old Mario show. Okay, okay. Whew. I was like, River said Deltarune. I was like, what? That one went over my head. Yeah, I've never. I'm not as familiar with the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, except like the intro and the one where he's like, "You're gonna turn into a Goomba." Because that's just funny as hell. Oh man, I just like Deltarune. Okay, the timer is frozen. That's good to see. And there's one less person in here. That's good to know. Oh, a communication error. That's cute. I like that. No self-respecting person should ever mention Deltarune. Oh, let me change my weapon. I did play Deltarune Chapter 1. I liked it. Angry. Angry Tripper's back. Let's uh let's see if we can get into one more game. I don't see us getting to level 10 this stream, because even more Angry Tripper. It is starting to get a little late. But while I'm here, I'm gonna copy that name. Copy? Oh, I almost. I'm glad that you didn't hear that, because I checked the page. I checked the page for the YouTube page for this Twitch streamer you were talking about. But like pretty much every YouTuber has like well they're a Twitch streamer, I get that, but like their YouTube page has a video that auto plays. Sorry, I was just checking something there real quick. Anyone else just hate waiting for things? Commission a piece of art, now I have to wait and I don't have time, kind of stressful. His thumbnail is just a three-eyed awesome face. Yeah. What kind of if you don't mind me asking, what exactly are you getting a commission for? Who? Let me see. Bic dip on a bus. Oh, they've also played The Binding of Isaac? That's awesome. I like his stuff because he just doesn't care, very free and loose. Yeah, there's another Twitch streamer who also uploads to YouTube that I kinda get that same vibe from. pngtuber model commissioned off of Fiverr. Alright. Thinking about getting into like making videos or streaming. Alright. Gotta be careful here. Alright. Would have done a live 2D1, but they're like $300. Oh my god. Ow. Poor Tripper. Crap. I've been stuck in this position pretty much the entire game. I need to start moving around a bit. Already made videos, the PNG or Live 2D thing I like and wanted to try. Alright. Right. I don't think we're going to be able to win this, but we can at least try. Do I think Splatoon 4 will be year 1 to Switch to? I think year 2. I think year 1, we're probably going to see a new Animal Crossing. That's just my assumption, if only because we got Animal Crossing on Switch, then Splatoon 3. Now I think it's going to be Animal Crossing, then Splatoon 4. Went with PNG because my laptop isn't the best, so live 2D stresses it out sometimes. Huh. Yeah, that'd be a lot less visually intensive. Thank goodness for Booth and the kind of people making free-to-use assets. Without them, I wouldn't have tried it out and liked it. I've not tried Booth myself. I have a pretty basic pngtuber program that I use. I think it's called VitoTube, if I recall correctly. I won't bring it up right now because if I do that, you're gonna see the green screen behind it. But yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wind down the stream for a little bit. Turn off the music. Go back to the recording room. Turn the music back on. It was a fun stream. Definitely got a lot of Splatoon in. I don't even have my gamepad plugged in the entire time. I wonder what the battery life is at right now. Is that 2? Yeah, that makes sense. No, I just have to find a program to let me use the PNG. I doubt VTube Studio works with it. I wouldn't knock it. If you're using Discord, if you're with a bunch of Discord friends, I know there's a website called Reactive you can use, but are you ending the stream? I'm confused. Yeah, I'm winding it down. I'm just here to, like, while people are still in chat, I want to just, like, talk with them a little bit. But yeah, I will be ending the stream here in, like, a few minutes. Sorry if that, like, came out of nowhere. I didn't intend for that to happen. It's just I've definitely gotten my fill of Splatoon for the night. I think I will play more Splatoon tomorrow. Okay, I had a good time. Well, glad to hear that, 20. Really appreciate it. This is the ending soon type of thing. Yeah, I think I could put like a label somewhere in the screen, which you were talking about commissions earlier. This whole screen is actually something that I want to commission because I drew these things by myself, and I am not an artist. I do not have an art program. That's why everything looks like really basic. You can even see like the poorly drawn lines I put on the table to indicate like, oh, it's a wooden table. Getting late, meanwhile, it's only 30 minutes past when you normally started before. Yeah, I do want to get into longer streams. I just need a game that I feel would be befitting of that. I think if I play the original Zelda this week, because that's something that I would like to do. I think Splatoon, Celeste, and Zelda could be like the streams this week. I just need to like find time to do that. Can I ask a weird question about your PNG? Yeah, totally. Go for it. Yeah, but like I said, Celeste, I'm going to do Splatoon tomorrow, assuming that I have the free time. Celeste, and then I think I'll play the original Legend of Zelda. I think that could be fun. Splatoon 2 in 2025? I mean, I will definitely stream Splatoon 2 at some point. Hi, Veely. How's it going? I'm sorry you came in so late. The stream's going to be ending soon. I believe my sister once sent me a group of weird characters, and the PNG you're using, minus the hair, was in that collection. Is it from something? Yes, this is like a popular internet meme. It's I think if you look up autistic creature, you'll find it. It's basically like this white animal creature, but without any hair. So that's what my character is based off of. It's basically the autistic creature, but with Marina's haircut. Sorry, I was like, it's alright. But no, you're not mistaken. Bye, Veely. Have a good night. Splatoon 2 makes more sense because it's on Switch. Yeah, you're not wrong. I gotta... Once I'm, like, gotten my fill with the Wii U and everything I want to do with it, I'm gonna go and hook the Switch back up because the way my setup is set up, it's redundant, I can't have the Wii U and the Switch plugged in at the same time. I just don't have the cable space for it. And I know when I go to play the original Legend of Zelda, I will definitely need the Switch set up for that. So I want to get some Anarchy mode. Autism, good despite having it, it keeps becoming relevant. Yeah, I mean, I'm autistic too, so I honestly feel like this autistic creature is my spirit animal at this point. He's kind of a part of my identity. So this is my homage to him and all my autistic interests. So that's why Raven T calls you Autism Marina. Yeah, that's exactly why. You have Asperger's? Yeah, me too. I know it got reclassified at some point, but I still call it Asperger's because that's just what I grew up with. I wonder if this is a good idea to do on stream, but I think I'm gonna try and switch the music track real quick. Gonna test this out. Let's see if it stops working at some point. Mine's extra fun. I have PDD NOS, which just means I'm on the spectrum yet not in one spot, just a dartboard basically. I'm not familiar with that, but that's got to be a little frustrating. I think by today's standards we would have high functioning autism. Yeah, that's what I think that's what they call it. Which, I mean, I personally don't care as long as like there's clarification that I am autistic. Therefore, like at the very least, like I won't go into details, but there are reasons why people would need to know that I'm autistic. So as long as like I have like documentation saying that, I'm good. All right, I'm very curious. Is this gonna loop properly? Same? Yeah. Not otherwise specified? Okay. They just don't know for sure. Okay, well that is about as good as that loop is going to be because this track was never designed to loop properly. I think I will use this piece of music regularly going forward. If only because Pop and Shellac doesn't loop properly right now. I need to like edit it to loop. I also think I can turn this up just a bit. don't think it'll hurt if it's that loud. Also, I can't do memberships, but if I did do memberships, I would totally give one to anyone who could properly guess where the song is from. Normally, to have a certain type, you need a certain amount of symptoms from the list, and I'm close to the requirement from a lot of types. Huh. I remember doing, like, an autism research paper, like, in high school, but I pretty much lost all that information, unfortunately. So I wish I could understand better. You personally believe I probably have ADHD as well. I think there is some overlap, but I also, like, part of me kind of wonders if I'm also ADHD too. Kind of sounds like Okami. Was Okami was just the PS2, I want to say. Same generation, but it's not Okami. I can kind of see it. Kinda. I'm wondering if I should just say what it is, because it's kind of goofy. It's a very goofy pick for me to make. Take a sip of water real quick. Yeah, I think I'll just say what it is. This track is a field trip from Finding Nemo, the video game for the GameCube. I played that game as a kid. The soundtrack in that game is fantastic, especially for a licensed kids game. I like Okami. Some of the humor is mad, but it's neat. I love Okami. Like, some of the humor I get, but I can kind of understand that, but I just love the game as a whole. It's just fantastic. And I'm really excited for Okami 2. Or I guess the Okami sequel, because there technically was an Okami 2. But yeah, Finding Nemo on the GameCube. I know it's a very weird pick, but the music, genuinely really good. I would recommend listening to the soundtrack at some point. Don't play the actual game. It's not good. Not good at all. But I might, if I wasn't worried about the possibility of a copyright strike, I might honestly stream it. There's clips from the movie in the game, so I don't know if I want to take that risk. Alright. Well, I think that about does it. So I'm gonna mainly all the Peach Ladies butt stuff. Not a big fan of that stuff, no particular reason. I mean, you were telling Marina to zip it up earlier, so I'm starting to piece some stuff together, Egg. I'm starting to see what you react to. Have a good night. Yeah, you have a good night too, 20. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all being here. And I'll see you all tomorrow for more Splatoon. Have a good night.